I interviewed Henry Archuleta and John Solo for their professional opinion on whether college athletes should be paid or not. Here's what they had to say about it.
Well, I think it's a complicated question. I think it really goes to, I think you have to ask, the first question you have to ask is what business exactly is the university in, and is the university really a business? If it's acting like a business, if it thinks of itself as a business, it may want to act a little bit more like a business. My personal view is that universities are not just businesses. They are businesses to some extent, but they're a different kind of business.
You know, it's certainly an important topic right now. Obviously, there's with the legal pressures that are out there. The one thing, though, I would say there's certainly two important sides to both of whether student athletes should be paid or not. But the thing is, you have to kind of look at it from a global perspective, I would say. Yes, football and men's basketball student athletes are unbelievable. Optics and basically an unbelievable revenue source for an institution. Federal law with Title IX certainly dictates that there needs to be a corresponding female sport for all male sports. So if football and men's basketball student athletes, let's say, were to be paid, law would dictate that you would have to then pay every other sport too. And in the current model, too, of how college sports are made up, football and men's basketball really kind of subsidizes the entire rest of the department and for Olympic sports. Not to mention, this is college sports. This isn't pro sports. They're coined student athletes. They're termed student athletes for a reason. And really, if you bring in that employment aspect, that paid aspect, it really jeopardizes, I think, completely what college sports are about, the purpose of it, the academic nexus of that, which really is the most important thing, obviously, of a university. And just to be clear, too, that my opinions and everything I'm stating right here are not the University of Iowa's or the athletics department's opinions. But the other important thing to realize is that we have to listen to student athletes. It's an unbelievable time to be a student athlete right now. With everything that's been, from a permissive standpoint, with meals deregulation, cost of attendance deregulation, in the hopper right now with autonomy is more expenses for medical and health.
Universities do a variety of things, one of which is teaching undergraduates, one of which is teaching graduate students and professional students like med students and dental students. But another is to generate new knowledge, is doing research, and another is to share the expertise of the university with citizens of the state and the region and the world, the country and the world. And one of them is apparently to provide minor league sports as a form of entertainment. So if we're going to be in the business of providing, we could be in the business of providing minor league, we are basically in the business of providing minor league sports, that is developmental sports, not fully professional, but people who are young and who are working their way up to the big league, so to speak, at least in football and in basketball. So as I say, it's really a question about whether that's if we want to be in that, if we're going to make that fully business, if we're going to pay, if we're going to recruit and pay student athletes a market-driven salary, not just some money so that they have spending cash but actually, like a real industry, we would bid against other schools for players by offering the players better and better salaries.
under our current NCAA rules of amateurism, how best can we make it the best possible student athlete experience? And whether it be medical stuff, let's make sure that student athletes have that access, whether it be deregulated meals and make sure that our student athletes have great nutrition, rest with the student athlete time demands that were passed for 17-18 in the autonomy schools. I mean, that's the type of stuff that we've got to make sure makes the most sense and is the most helpful to them. In basically everything that we possibly can do without getting to the form of jeopardizing the amateurism model. I think that's what the goal as a membership should be. We have to do a better job, I think, as a complete NCAA membership to provide these opportunities for student athletes. The bottom line is we as an athletics department or everyone that's working in college athletics, you can't be deaf on what student athletes are their opinions, what they're asking for as, basically a partner, basically a consequence of their participation in athletics. I mean, we have to be, it's wonderful from all the progress that we've made from a governance standpoint to have student athletes on the board of directors, on all the governance groups in the new governance model. And we've got to continue to anticipate, what types of things that student athletes really can benefit from and give them the best possible experience. But I think that we just have to be conscious of both the makeup of college athletics, how it all churns, how it all works, and then just be realistic. I honestly think that if we went to a paid model, I think that yes, you have the 65 autonomy schools, but there's 351 schools in Division I. And can you imagine an NCAA basketball tournament, for instance, without the Gonzagas, without the Wichita States, without the Georgetowns? I mean, that'd be very weird to me.